What's up, guys? So I'm gonna make this really brief. So the so-called face of the passport bro movement is calling his detractors phony because they disagree with him on certain things, even though they are within their own right passport bros as well. Some of these guys are military veterans and expats who've lived in other countries for years. Maybe they've come back to America like I have. Maybe they're going back like I also am. Or maybe they're done with the traveling. Either way, call them phony because they disagree with you is pretty weak sauce. The reason why you get those detractors is because you put out reckless information. Unlike you, these guys aren't leaving other countries because people are mad because you're going up to interview women asking will they sleep with you on the first night. It was funny, sure, but you don't know what to say out your mouth. Maybe you should use a script when you do your videos if you can't think while you chew bubblegum. But in any case, some of us have lived in these countries for a significant amount of time, have opened businesses and married and, now own homes in these countries like I do. And I call people phony, like, please. And then the reckless information you put out, you call it red pill talk. When you're under 25, like, what the fuck did you got to talk about this red pill? Really? Yes, you don't like women in America. Okay, bravo, none of us do. Okay, we could all agree on that, but still, this is so asinine. Like, seriously, going to the Philippines for a week and you're offering travel consultations and don't even realize basic things like call your bank so that you can use your card in those other countries, because if not, it's not going to be usable in many transactions because it will be considered fraud by your bank because they're wondering why you're getting overseas transactions hit on your card. Basic things you should know, right? For someone who's offering travel consultations to people. And I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I don't care, because guess what? I can fight. Sorry, I didn't spend my younger days learning how to cut hair. But in any case, I can fight. I was in the military. I'm a veteran. So yeah, I actually did travel and was traveling up until like around the pandemic. But I'm still going to be traveling in the future as well and putting that information on here. So if people want to check that out, that's great. But the so-called face of the passport bro movement is going to let a lot of people down in the future because he really doesn't know what to say out of his mouth, especially when he faces criticism. He doesn't know how to counter that criticism productively all the time. Instead, he just wants to bitch and moan. And like I said previously, a better face for the passport bro movement is the channel Black Experience Japan, and that's run by the guy, now I found out his name, Lorenzo Dakers. He gives an experience of Black people living in Japan. He gives interviews, and it's not just in Japan. He interviews people living in other Asian countries as well, and lets people know how to be an expat. These people that he interviewed actually tell you how to live in these other countries, how to start and stuff like that. Way useful information. He doesn't put out controversial stuff talking about when will a woman sleep with you on the first night and stupid shit like that, and then wondering why the passport bro movement is being put in the same category as sex tourism. You're promoting the very thing that you saying that you are against by putting out this little slick shit, thinking it's funny or that it's going to attract more people to your channel for views. It will, but hey, there's blowback, right? So like I said, I never thought anyone 23 years old or any other Gen Z for that matter should be the face of the passport bro movement, because they're too stupid and socially awkward to know what they're doing. Especially the other guy that he hangs out with. That guy is even worse. I'm not going to even put his name out here. I'm not putting either one of their names on here, but people know. If you know, you know. But the other guy who's sitting there making videos talking about how much he loves his Thai girlfriend and is going to marry her. And then like 2 weeks later, sitting there bragging about in the Philippines about how he's bagging these women and have them bathe him. And he's so goofy and socially awkward. Like, I think low-key he has some sort of mild autism or something. But the dude doesn't even realize how off-putting he comes off to people who, you know, are over 30 and have like social skills. But that's all I'm going to say, guys. Like I said, for my money and for my eyeballs worth, I think a better face of the Passport Bro movement is Lorenzo Dakers from Black Experience Japan. And Richie Mack from Zoom in Thailand never disappoints, as well as Chocolate Man in Thailand. All those channels are great. All the guys behind those channels are great, so check that out. And I'm Just A Contrarian.